Hello and welcome to a fresh edition of Soccer Talk with Mumini Alao. My name is Tunde Koiki, your regular anchor. And with me doing the talking about all the soccer today is, of course, Mumini Alao himself. Thank you so much for joining us.
Excellent. Thank you, Tunde.
Always a pleasure. Well, interesting story. The biggest transfer story of the summer so far has to be the unending chase of Paris Saint-Germain for Neymar. Yeah. It's interesting because Barcelona have typically been the team that does the chasing. They always get their man. But now the hunter is the hunted.
Absolutely, today, which makes it very, very interesting. And we're talking about a lot of money. And you know the
king's ransom, as it were. We're hearing sums up as much as 197 million pounds.
Because that is the amount that Barcelona wrote in
his buyout clause.
Absolutely.
Thinking that nobody could ever...
Exactly. But you know, when it comes to Spain, once you can put the money on the table, what you do is just take the money to the Spanish FA and you have the player. That's the rule.
Okay, you don't necessarily have to go to the club.
You don't necessarily have to go to the club.
Interesting.
Once you're able to put the money on the table. Because I remember when Mutiu Adepoju was playing in Spain and I asked him about this and he said that's the way it works. That once you're able to put the money on the table for the Spanish FA, you can walk away with the player.
Interesting.
You know, so Barcelona, I guess that's why they are quickly looking for alternatives because eventually Neymar might go. And if you ask me, I will tell Neymar to go. Why? Two reasons. One, football is a very, very short career. Okay? So you make all the money when you can. Number two, Lionel Messi is the king in Barcelona. Okay? And Neymar also has ambitions of winning the Ballon d'Or, becoming the king one way or the other. So he will tell Lionel Messi, they are very close friends. You know what? I think I will leave your kingdom for you. You can continue to rule here. Let me go have a chance at PSG. So if you ask me, I will ask Neymar to go.
But Messi is 30 years old. He's waning somewhat. Maybe a few more years in him, not more than 3 or 4. Neymar is in his prime. He's 25. Yeah. He still has a good deal of time ahead of him. Can't he just wait for the king to step aside?
Well, as I said, if I was Neymar, I would go now. You see, because fine, Neymar, Messi is 30, as you said, but he can still play for another 5 years. He can still play for another 6 years.
Yes.
Okay? Because we all know Messi is just a natural footballer, and those skills will stay with him for a long time. Even when he slows down, probably Barcelona will bring him back into the midfield. Maybe he won't be playing up front again. You know, so you really cannot, determine how long Messi is going to stay there. So for Neymar, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, as far as I'm concerned. Although, having said what I said concerning the rules in Spain, even the Spanish FA, they are complaining, silent, quietly, that they're going to report PSG, to UEFA because they'll be going against the UEFA, rules on fair play in terms of how much they can spend, in a season without going into debt and all of that, So, but we have to wait and see how this one plays out. But I'm sure even Barcelona, they're not sitting pretty. They're not very sure that Neymar will remain.
But France, France. Yes, it's a good country, but the league itself is not really rated as among the top 3 in European football. And to be honest, no player has ever, only maybe in the past 10 years, 15 years or so, no player playing in the French league has ever won the Ballon d'Or.
That's a very good point, which means Neymar may not stand a very good chance of making things happen if he goes to PSG. But then, Tunde, what about the money? He may not get that kind of offer anymore. But
the tax in France, the tax regime in France is incredible.
The way that one works out is that, look, they will have factored in the taxes into the salary, and then he will still end up earning what he has agreed to, with PSG to earn. So the taxes will not be a problem. I think when Ibrahimovic was in France, it was the same arrangement. Okay, they factored in the tax, and then they will take it out, and he will still have his salary.
So, final, you believe Neymar should go?
I think he should go.
Interesting. Let's know what you think. Should Neymar leave Barcelona and go to Paris Saint-Germain and become the king of France or the king of Paris, as the case may be? Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Mumini Alao, for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Soccer Talk will make a return same time next week. Bye-bye.